Hi everybody, happy Friday. Real quick, a couple of you had messaged me about the comp plan to see if I could break it down a little bit easier for you. And this is perfect timing. I went to Leadership Retreat in Utah last weekend, and Derek Maxfield, our owner, had, I'm not sure if you guys know, but he used to own a company called NetSteps, and that is the company that made him his billions of dollars, and he retired it in his early 30s. Got bored, started Unique for a plethora of reasons, but we'll talk about that on our conference call. So basically what he did is he took the positive aspects of every comp plan that he had worked with and combined it to create one of his own with Unique with a little bit of tweaks. There's a million compensation plans out there. I know that you that have worked in direct sales before have had a lot of exposure to different ones. Some of them will blow your mind, and they are very confusing. You might work in a company for years and really not get it. So I've been with Unique for 9 months, and I can say that now I get it, which is awesome. So I just wanted to do this quick video for you guys to kind of break it down. I hope I don't confuse you anymore. That's not my intention. But okay, so the compensation plans that Derek spoke about, this is the first one. Can you guys see it? In the video, in the computer screen, is a little bit rough. This one's called a Unilevel comp plan. When you sign up with this kind of company, they will tell you that they pay 5 levels deep. See on the side where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You're at the top with a little smiley face, and then the team that you create goes down from there. You get paid 9% on your first line, 7%, 5%, 4%, and finally 3% on your very last line. This plan to people is, it looks great. It doesn't look intimidating, and it looks like you can make a lot of money. There is a company, I'm not going to name names in this video, that is very popular right now, and a couple of their previous consultants were at our leadership retreat. And so Derek said to them, I bet you that if you go through your tax returns from the last 2 years that you worked with the company, you never made over $5,000 a month. So they both looked at each other with these wide deer eyes and said, holy crap, you're totally right. Both of them had not made over $5,000 in the month. And these are people that had built huge teams. They were directors. They were strong. But the company rewarded them in other ways with products, with trips, and not so much monetarily. And as you guys know, with Unique, making that kind of crazy money, 5 times 10, is it's not unheard of. So with these companies, you might make $5,000 one month, and then the next month you might make $8,000, and you think, holy moly, that's awesome, I had a great month. But then the following month you might make only $2,000, and here's the reason. These corporations would go into meetings with Derek, our owner, and they would say, holy crap, so-and-so, Susie Joe in Nebraska, she's figured out the comp plan, and there's way too many people that kind of know what we're doing now, so we need to tweak it. Every direct sales company pays out between 42 and 44% of their revenue to commissions. Unique is not any different. We do it the same, but our compensation plan is structured completely different. With this particular company, they would say, give me a list of your winners and your losers. And Derek would say, wow, he couldn't believe that he was hearing this. So the owner would come in or CEO and say, all right, here's the winners and the losers. And they would literally go down the list and say, all right, Stacy, yeah, she's good. Yeah, Nikki, she's good. Tracy, yeah, she's good. Oh, Tiffany, ooh, don't touch Tiffany because Tiffany has a huge team. She's a strong, strong personality. And if we change her pay, she's out of here. And she's bringing the 500 girls that she has signed up with her. So we don't want to lose her. So put her to the winner list. All right, Sarah, she can be on the loser list. All right, Sue, yeah, loser list. All right, Kathy, ooh, don't touch Kathy either. She's like Tiffany. She'd get moved to the winner list. So what would happen to tweak the plan is they would keep the winners at the same money they were making, and the losers would be tweaked a little bit to shave off a smidge of the percentage down so the company would make the rest up on the back end. That's bad karma. That's horrible. So that's a company like this. The next company I want to show you, this is also a very, very popular company that works on getting you skinny. But again, I won't name names. And they use a binary plan. So in a binary plan, I need like a like an easel if I'm going to do this stuff. Okay, so a binary plan. Here is you. You are so stoked. You just signed up to sell this product, and you've paid your X amount of dollars, which companies like this, maybe you got in for free because you signed up for the auto ship. Companies like this have a low price to get in to start your business. They have auto ship plans. You guys might get where I'm saying. Their work ethics aren't the most fabulous. So you've signed up your friend over here down the street, and then you've signed up this friend, and then over here, this is some lit chick that's been watching you on Facebook, and she wants to know what you're up to, and you signed up her too. So the weeks go by, you're training your girls, you're making a little bit of money, and then all of a sudden, they start signing up people. Well, this girl over here, she is a queen bee, full-on rock star, and she just keeps going and going and going and going. And her network of people is huge, and she signs up a crap load. Well, this one over here, she just wants it to take her husband out to dinner maybe once a month and just have that little bit of extra money. So she's not really in it to win it. Excuse my phone, sorry. People want mascara. So she only signs up a handful of people because this isn't her career, and that's okay too, because not all of us are in it to buy a house someday. Me, personally, I am, but not everybody's like that. So then you have your next person over here. She's a semi-rock star. She's trying to get her feet wet. She's surpassed up your other girl, but she's not quite like this rock star. So what happens in this binary plan is the person above me, the super queen bee, she has a say-so in the new people that I sign up and what leg, these are called legs, what leg she goes in. But what this company doesn't tell you is that when you sign up, you get paid on infinite levels, they'll tell you. Well, yeah, it's infinite levels, but you're only paid on your weakest leg. Interesting. Even though over here, Miss Queen Bee is shining bright like a star, you don't get paid on her. They might tell you get paid on her, but when you really break it down, you're only getting paid on your weakest leg. Crappy. No thanks. Not doing that. Thanks. I'd rather be not skinny in the world like this. No thanks. Okay, so our plan is fabulous. Okay, so you sign up to sell lashes. This is you with your amazing lashes, and even the men we have. That's you with your amazing lashes. So what happens with our plan is you have signed up your 3 people, just like before. I'm going to have to give this girl some ears and some hair. She's pink, which I love pink. If you don't know me, she's like my idol. So you've signed up your 3 people. You're training them, you're mentoring them, you're doing your deal. Well, Susie Q over here, she's like, ooh, hot damn, I want to buy a house. And she keeps going and going and going. Get my drift. Keep going and going and going. She's training her girls. They're turning out. She's on fire. This girl over here, she just wants to take her husband out to dinner again. She signs up a couple. Doesn't really go crazy. Again, okay, it's not her goal, but that's that part of your company. This one over here, like in our other example, she wants to be the rock star. She's never done direct sales. She might be a little shy, but eventually she'll get down to it. This girl, crazy rock star, I would keep going, but there's too much cork in the way on my handy board right there, so I don't want to write on the cork. So rock star, not really, not career driven with this. She might do it super part-time. This one wants to be a rock star and just learning the ropes. So this is unique. So what happens with unique? You might have heard the buzz talk of when somebody turns green, they break away. So I'm going to explain to you what that means. So if you guys can see the 3 different areas, this is my whole entire company. So when you see in your back office your company wholesale sales, that is it. This is it. But then when you start to get into circle sales, so say right here, this chick is a total rock star, and she's turned green. She is not my direct sign-up. She's my sign-up's sign-up. But even though she was the first person in this leg, this is the leg right here, to turn green, she would be my first generation elite. and so on. Say this person turns green. She's my second generation elite, and so on down the line. Well, let's just play devil's advocate. So say this person hasn't turned green yet. We'll just do it like that. And this person did it first. So say it's the second week of the month. She becomes the first right here. And I'm going, oh, yeah, I have a first generation elite. Awesome. This girl has been trying for green for 2 months, and she goes, oh, no, I'm making green this month. Not to beat her out, just to make green. And she all of a sudden turns green. Well, since she's first on my leg of people, she turns into my first generation elite, and this girl turns into my second generation elite. It does not hurt one another. It's just who comes in the order of succession. So greens, you can get paid black level presenter, if that's your goal, you get paid 3 levels down. So on a first, a second, and let's just call her third generation elite. So what happens when you have somebody turn green? This is, I have heard, after leadership this week, I heard from girls that this was a fear of theirs. Don't let it be a fear, you guys. Being a mentor and being a leader and getting your team to green and having green presenters, that is what you want. And I will explain that later. That's when the huge money comes in. Okay, so say this is me with no lashes because I was at the gym. And I've signed up these 2 people. And right now I'm at $30,000 in circle sales. In your back office, get familiar with that back office. So I have $30,000 in circle sales, and all of a sudden, this crazy lady, she's going nuts, does an expo, has a bunch of home parties, her friends cannot live without the lashes, she turns out green. All of a sudden, in my circle sales only, she is going to pull $10,000 away from my circle sales. So now I'm going to have $20,000 left over in that pot. So I'm cruising. I'm okay. And then all of a sudden, this chick right here, let's add some more chicks. I mean, this is going to go totally down the line. So all of a sudden, this girl says, well, guess what? I'm going to be green too. And she promotes to green. So now she's going to minus $10,000 more away from my circle sales. So now I'm going to have $10,000 in circle sales. My company wholesales will remain the same. My circle sales are what's going to change, because think of it as a kid going to college. They've made it, they've moved out of the house, and they've started their own gig. So just keep an eye on your back office no matter what color promotion you are going for. Keep an eye on those circle sales. So when that starts happening, you guys, what you need to do is you need to motivate your team, the ones who aren't green, to build their teams as well, so you can keep this circle sales up. That's where coming in to build a wide and a deep, strong team is huge. Okay, so one last thing. We're so lucky. We are so lucky, you guys. Our compensation plan pays on a couple of things. It pays on our personal retail sales, our circle sales, our first, second, and our third generation elites, which is our greens. When Derek broke this down, I was in awe. I was so excited. I was so excited of the potential of how many lives this could change. It's huge, huge. Our personal retail sales, that comes out to provide some groceries for our families. Our circle sales, it pays for maybe our car payment, maybe our insurance, and maybe our gas. That's usually about the amount of money, unless you live in California, which gas is crazy. So get a hybrid. And our third thing that it pays on is our first generation elites, and that is going to take care of our mortgage. Obviously, depending on what your mortgage is, that is roughly about the average of what people make. The next thing we get paid on is our second generation elites, and that's going to pay for your vacations, maybe a down payment on a vacation home, renting a vacation home in the mountains if you wanted to take your family, and your toys. If you're into motorcycle riding, skiing, anything like that, whatever your extracurricular stuff is what that's going to provide. Here's the huge one. When we get paid on our third generation elites, that puts us on track to being on the millionaire wall. And yes, there is a millionaire wall being built at corporate office, and it has a ton of frames getting ready to go on it, and they're all empty right now, but it is going to be all of the people in our company that have made, are you sitting down? Are you ready? $83,333 a month. A month, people. That's huge. I personally know 3 of the girls that are probably going to be there first on the wall. And Derek initially had anticipated this happening in the next 2 years. He told us last weekend that it is happening this fall. There is guaranteed going to be 2 to 3 people on that this fall, which blows my mind. A lot of people don't even make $83,000 in the year, let alone in a month. So my advice to you is to be a leader. This isn't about you and the money that you need to make. This is about helping your group of people. And when you lead them and make them strong leaders, in turn, you will get the payment back. I promise you that. So if you have any questions, I hope this did not confuse you more on our compensation plan. Please post on our team page. We will do our best, all of myself and all the other leaders on there, to answer your questions and build those teams wide, 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 and very, very strong, you guys. Take care and have a happy Friday. Bye.